Hey family, it's Nikki, aka Ebony with Homeschool Knockouts. I'm your retired homeschool mom, author, and your ringside coach in this homeschooling arena. Now, today I am spilling the tea on 5 things I seriously wished I had known before I started homeschooling. I mean, some of these things would have saved me years of frustration. So if you're new, or even if you're a few years in, you know what, even if you're just a regular, you're a 10-year plus veteran, this is really your permission slip to let go of perfection and just homeschool like a human. So get comfortable. I'm in my car. I'm over by the beach. Y'all can see a little bit, hanging out. And I just wanted to come in and just chat with you guys. You know, it's been a long time since I've just done just like a little, little personal chit chat. So let's get started with tip number 1. Okay, so the number 1 tip, and this is not in any order, but the number 1 tip is you can quit a curriculum mid-year, mid-semester, mid-week. You are not tied. You are not shackled to your curriculum, okay? Just because you bought the curriculum, you might have laminated it or shelved it, mapped it out and everything. You feel that you're locked into it. No, you're not. Remember, you are the boss of the curriculum and not the other way around. So you could be 6 weeks into your curriculum and you legitimately know that it's not working for your child. Put it aside. Don't trash it. It might come into play a year from now, 5 years from now, or a semester from now. But just put it aside, okay? It's not till death do us part. It's not marriage. It's math. Put it away if it's not working. Quit the curriculum, all right? Number 2, your homeschool does not have to look like school. It doesn't. I wasted so much time trying to recreate a classroom at home, and I was good at it too, y'all. I mean, if you go look at my past videos, I literally have like a real classroom in one of our living rooms. The flags, the bulletin boards, the shelving units, manipulative sections, stations, all of that. I had the rigid schedule, the tiny chairs, I had everything. We homeschooled on the couch. We homeschooled on the stairs, in the car, at the beach, in the car, at our co-op parking lot. We homeschooled everywhere. The kitchen table, everywhere but that doggone homeschool room. So you don't need a school. Don't even waste your time. Your children will find spaces and cracks and crevices where they feel most comfortable learning. Let them go there and do what they do, okay? So the Pinterest stuff, the boards and everything, that's fine, that's cool, it's great for inspiration, but just know, if you just have a table and a chair and some appropriate lighting, you're good to go, okay? Chances are all of that fancy stuff will not get used. Just like when you buy your kids all of those expensive Christmas gifts and they end up playing with the cardboard box from Amazon, okay? You don't have to mimic school. All right, let's move on. Tip number 3. You will doubt yourself. Here's your friendly reminder. Homeschooling will mess with your head. Oh, absolutely, it will. There were days I Googled how to re-enroll quickly into public school with my tea in one hand. Wasn't going to tell you what was in the tea, but at least it was mainly tea. With tea in one hand and a workbook in the other, just crying because it was not working out. My kids weren't working out. I wasn't working out. Nothing was working out. And I seriously was like, we're going down the street because the school's just around the corner. You will doubt. I homeschooled for 15 years. Year 13, I was doubting myself. There's always something. There's always a new curveball. So you're never done until you're done. Just like with parents. We always have doubts, right? Even my mom, who was like in her 70s, sorry, Mom, I don't mean to put you on blast. Even she has doubts sometimes about things that she says or does or didn't do or didn't say. That's just part of being a human. So you will have doubts, and that is okay. Sorry if I'm distracted. There's like a lot of people walking around, and then someone's being arrested over there for, I don't know. But anyway, self-doubt is normal. We care enough to question and to reevaluate, what are we doing? What am I doing? Is this working? So it just means you care when you have self-doubt, okay? That means you're human. And if you didn't care and you didn't have a pulse, you know, I would be concerned. But you do care because you doubt sometimes. And that's, okay, there are 4 police cars. I don't know if you guys saw them driving by. I might have to abort this video and continue later. All right, but let's move on to tip number 4. This is a big one. Okay. Socialization is not the issue you think it is. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. My phone was on my dashboard and it overheated and then it just turned off. And then there were like 5 police cars grabbing some guy. So I'm at a farmer's market. So let's pick up. So I'm going to make this really fast. So tip number 4. Look, unless you're raising your kid in a bunker with no internet, no cousins, no grass, no nothing, but just crackers and water, you don't have to talk. But other than that, you need to rethink. We need to rethink what socialization looks like. My kids are in public high school. Let me tell you, you have nothing to worry about regarding socialization. I kid you not. Okay? Now, when we were homeschooling, my kids were in co-ops. They were in sports, theater. They had park days, all kinds of things. But if you're in an area that's more rural or more isolated, you really have to rethink what socialization looks like. Okay, that could mean, can your kid talk to the librarian, the elderly librarian, who probably has so much information to share and would be so happy to have a young person to talk to? Can your kid talk to the Target cashier, like make a purchase and talk to the cashier? These are all socialization skills that people lack, grown-ups lack. Can your kids talk to adults, grown-ups? So don't think your kid has to talk to another kid. The peer-to-peer thing, that doesn't happen in real life. So if they're able to have these different kinds of conversations and adjust themselves to these different kinds of conversations with different kinds of people, they're just fine. Trust me on that. What we're doing here does not compare to what's going on in these institutions, and be happy about that. All right. Number 5, our final one before my phone dies again because it's back on the dashboard. There's no perfect homeschooler, y'all. There's no perfect homeschooler. Stop. Comparison is the thief of joy. Let me say this louder for the people in the back. Comparison is the thief of joy. There is no perfect homeschooler. Not the influencer, not the mom with the color-coded binder, not even the lady who grinds her own wheat and teaches Latin before, breakfast. Just the regular mom. She can be in her sweatpants with bleach stains, but she's present. She's there for her children. It could be the mom that, she has on a full face of makeup, ready to teach her kids. Sometimes that's me, sometimes it's not. But there's no perfect way. There's no perfect, there's no perfect character. So just be you and be comfortable with being you. And I know sometimes that can be hard when you're going out and you just barely made it out the house, and then you see other parents who look like, they've been running through the cornfield and Little House on the Prairie and all that good stuff. Okay, so accept who you are and embrace that real homeschooling is loud, it's messy, it's all of that. And if you really want to know how true that is, look at my old videos. I mean, the ones from like 4 and 5 years ago when I was knee deep in it. If you look, just don't listen to what I'm saying about the homeschool stuff. Look at my environment. You will see, I did a video on, please come get these kids, okay? Go look at that and get inspiration that will help you accept that you are your perfect homeschooling self, and you are okay, and you are enough in the story, period. All right, my people, my family, that is my list of 5. Honestly, it could have been 10, 20, it could have been 50 other things that I could have added to this. So I might make this like a little running series, okay? So now I want to hear from you. So what's one thing that you wish you had known before you started homeschooling? Your biggest regret, your biggest mistakes that really tripped you up even the small ones that we don't really think about, you know, help a newbie out, a newbie homeschooler, or even a veteran who never really quite mastered something and is always still plaguing them, but they just found a way to deal with it. Yeah, don't look at all my junk in the car. It's all messy, okay? So drop it down in the comment section below. I would love to read. I read every comment. I would love to hear your experiences as with others, because it helps other people in this homeschooling life. So leave that down below. And hey, if you are overwhelmed or unsure about this homeschooling life and what to do, grab my book, my Amazon best-selling book, When Life Gives You Homeschool Lesson Plans. It's part pep talk, part planner, part survival guide. It's everything. The link is down below. And just so you know, you got this. You're not alone. I'm here. You have other people around you. Build your tribe, and you're gonna get through this, okay? So I'll be back probably with another edition of regrets and mistakes, because I have a lot. But in the meantime, let me get out of here because I have not paid for parking, and they are adamant about enforcing payment on farmer market days. So I love you guys. In the meantime, keep homeschooling. I love you. Mwah. Go knock it out.